Hej, siemano wam wszystkim ludzie, z tej strony Arturo, witam was na swoim kanale i kontynuujemy Agatha Christie Morderstwo w Orient Expressie. Moi drodzy, znajdujemy się na komisariacie policji. Musimy przesłuchać podejrzaną osobę, a my właśnie patrzymy sobie na tablicę ogłoszeń, gdzie widać poszukiwanych. Sarah Baxter. Ja pracuję w firmie, która nazywa się Baxters. Nie mylić z Buxtonem. Dobra, z tego co pamiętam, to wejście było tutaj. I będziemy przesłuchiwać Stevena Seagala.
Now that we've taken your DNA, we can begin. Interview of suspect Michael Clark, 6 p.m., March 30th, 2019. This interview is being recorded.
By elves behind the mirror, no doubt?
You were arrested at a crime scene where you damaged police barricade tape.
I'll pay for a new roll.
That's a Class A misdemeanor, and it carries a $500 fine.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
To begin with, where were you on the night Daisy Armstrong was kidnapped?
I was watching TV in my motel room, but I had my police scanner on. I heard the first reports that the little girl was missing. No way the police at the scene were gonna let me get close. I set my alarm so I could get on the story first thing in the morning and tried to sleep. It was difficult.
Can anybody confirm where you were?
No, afraid not. I was alone and sleepless. A sad combination. And I realized a bad alibi.
Dobra, możemy mu się przyjrzeć. Czy coś dostrzegamy na jego ubiorze? Niekoniecznie. Czy chcesz skonfrontować się z Michaelem Clarkiem? Oczywiście.
Let's move on to the gas cans and what we found in your pockets when you were brought in here today.
That sounds exciting.
Który z tematów będzie najodpowiedniejszy? Spalić to miejsce, lokalizacja schronu. Czy on chciał spalić to miejsce? Być może chciał wywołać sztucznie pożar z tego względu, że był tam ładunek wybuchowy. Gdyby doszło do wybuchu i zaczęłoby to wszystko płonąć, materiał byłby zdecydowanie lepszy i sprzedałby to za większe pieniądze. Z drugiej strony lokalizacja schronu. No dobra, zlokalizował go, ale po co by miał zostawiać w środku kanister z benzyną?
In addition to the gasoline in the back of your pickup and another in the bunker, you had a lighter and gloves in your pockets. You were going to set fire to the bunker and every scrap of evidence inside.
Where to begin? I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I wasn't planning to use these things to destroy the crime scene. I've been around crime scenes my entire career. I brought the gloves so as not to contaminate it with my fingerprints. The gas can in the back of my pickup, I use it to put gas in the truck. Gas stations are few and far between in your mountains. I didn't know there was a gas can in the bunker. If that's true, I did you a favor. My arrival obviously scared off somebody planning to burn everything.
Do you also have an excuse for your lighter?
The lighter? I'm trying to quit smoking. I used the lighter as a reminder not to start again.
Dobra, czy mogę mu wierzyć? Teoretycznie tak. Może mieć rację. Czy chcesz skonfrontować się z Michaelem Clarkiem?
You say you're a journalist, a stringer for Channel 6 News in Boston.
I sell my stuff to lots of media outlets.
Który z tematów będzie najodpowiedniejszy? Nazwisko redaktor naczelnej. Aparat, który został w samochodzie.
Your camera was in your pickup. You didn't want to take pictures of the crime scene?
I like to get the lay of the land. Once I see the story I want to tell, then I start documenting it.
I don't know any journalist who works a case without their camera close at hand. He thinks he's invincible. I need to play his ego. That's the key. What are you doing in the Berkshires? And what is your connection to the Armstrong case?
For the past few months, I've been working on a big case. Boston 6 News was looking forward to my next story. The Armstrongs have been on my list of potential targets for a long time. I changed gears when Daisy was kidnapped and started investigating the Armstrongs.
Konfrontacja. Które z tych zdań zawiera kłamstwo? Przez ostatnie kilka miesięcy pracowałem nad głośną sprawą. Redakcja Boston 6 News nie mogła się doczekać mojego kolejnego materiału. Armstrongowie już od dłuższego czasu figurowali na mojej liście potencjalnych celów. Gdy Daisy została porwana, postanowiłem przerzucić się właśnie na nich. Ale skoro ich już od dłuższego czasu obserwował, świadczą o tym zdjęcia, które znaleźliśmy w aparacie, to dlaczego postanowił się przerzucić na nich dopiero wtedy, gdy Daisy została porwana. Wydaje mi się, że to jest kłamstwo. On się wcześniej już interesował nimi.
So you just stumbled on a major kidnapping story during your stay in the Berkshires.
Yeah, I was researching PCBs in the river for crying out loud. Then, wow, the Armstrongs. That's not a Science Sunday report. That's a lead. Sometimes you just get lucky.
Wybierz element dowodzący jego kłamstwa. Boston 6 News. Legitymacja prasowa. Aparat.
Your camera in the pickup. There were photos of Daisy from before she was kidnapped.
The Armstrongs are a famous family like the Kennedys or Hollywood couples. Gossip sites love them. People want to see how they live. I started out just stealing candid shots. Paparazzi live on getting that one exclusive shot. Steamy, intimate, whatever. Then when the kidnapping happened, I realized I was here first. What an opportunity. And I jumped at it.
You have an answer for everything.
You're not very good at this, are you? How long have you been on the job?
Long enough to put you away for life. If you killed that little girl.
Teoretycznie mógł zabić tą dziewczynkę, albo z drugiej strony może znał porywaczy i się z nimi dogadał. Będziemy przeprowadzać akcję, porwanie Daisy. Ustaw się kilka dni przed mieszkaniem państwa Armstrongów, zrób kilka zdjęć, które potem sprzedasz za grube pieniądze, a kasą się podzielimy. Też tak mogło być. Czy chcesz skonfrontować się z Michaelem Clarkiem?
Let's start with why you went to the cabin.
If the police were interested in it, I was interested in it.
Który z tematów będzie najodpowiedniejszy? Adres domku, pick-up.
That pickup of yours. That's a very nice ride. Especially for a stringer who only gets a few stories on the air. How can you afford it?
When Boston 6 does use a story, they pay okay.
That truck is top of the range. How much did it set you back? $55,000, $60,000?
When I have to, I do what everybody else does. I take out a loan. How about you, detective? You got a loan on your car?
He's enjoying himself. I need to throw him off balance somehow, surprise him into making an error.
Explain to me again how you got to the crime scene.
I listened in on the police radio frequency. Anybody can do it with a scanner. I headed for the crime scene in my trusty pickup, like I've done for years. After the forensic team left, I needed to see the crime scene for myself. I got to the bunker just before you arrived.
Konfrontacja. Które z tych zdań zawiera kłamstwo? Nasłuchiwałem komunikatów na policyjnych częstotliwościach. Może to robić każdy, kto ma skaner. Ja mam skaner i też nasłuchuję, ale nieważne. Pojechałem na miejsce zbrodni moim zaufanym pick-upem. Robię tak od lat. Musiałem zobaczyć je na własne oczy po tym, jak śledczy je stamtąd odjechali. Dotarłem do schronu tuż przed pani przybyciem. Wiecie co, wydaje mi się, że z tym pick-upem może tutaj być coś nie halo.
You said you've been driving that pickup for years?
You heard right. Thanks to it, I never miss a story.
Wybierz element dowodzący jego kłamstwa. Prawo jazdy, legitymacja prasowa, dowód rejestracyjny.
You say you've been using your pickup for years, but the title certificate is not in your name. The truck belongs to somebody named Stephen Baker.
Okay, I don't get why the pickup is so important to you, but I guess my ego made me say that. Yeah, the pickup was lent to me by a friend. I couldn't afford it even with a loan.
I think you stole it, Mr. Clark. You needed a pickup like that for our mountain roads, so you stole that one.
Try proving it. But while you run off on some wild goose chase, you can't hold me.
I know that Clark is lying. I need to reconstruct the whole sequence of events in order to understand what happened.
Nowy węzeł, zrekonstruuj chronologię zdarzeń. Dobrze. Zatem zajmijmy się tym. Ułóż wydarzenia we właściwej kolejności, by odkryć prawidłową chronologię zdarzeń. Clark otwiera schron. Dotarłam do domku. Zaskakuje Clarka. Clark bierze kanister z benzyną ze swojego pick-upa. Clark zamyka schron. Clark zrywa taśmę ostrzegawczą. Clark wrzuca kanister z benzyną do schronu. Clark otwiera schron. To będzie na pewno na samym końcu. Dodamy tu. Clark otwiera schron. Ja bym zostawił tak. A wy jak myślicie? Jest to dobrze, czy gdzieś popełniłem błąd?
That's it. No rookie mistake there.
I'll tell you what really happened. You waited until forensics left and arrived in your probably stolen pickup. You grabbed a can of gasoline from your truck. You then went into the cabin to check if Daisy had been found. You then went straight to the bunker to see if it had been discovered, planning to set it on fire and destroy all the evidence inside. Before you could start the fire, you heard me arrive. So you hastily left your gas can and closed the hatch. You didn't think I could open the bunker. If I hadn't found you, I expect you would have burned down the cabin too.
I'm not going to make fun of you, Detective, or how you handled my interrogation. You're obviously very new at this. I swear I'm telling the truth. I didn't know the bunker was there until the moment you showed up. I seem to have trumped your entire police force.
When I get the DNA results from the bunker, we'll continue this conversation.
You have no concrete evidence against me whatsoever.
The lab results will be in soon. You won't get away with this. See that call? That's your arrest warrant and a one-way ticket to prison. I'll be right back. Hello, sir. I think I found the man who kidnapped Daisy Armstrong. I'm interrogating him now.
Hold on, Detective Locke. I have some bad news. Someone set fire to the cabin in the bunker. The fire department is on the scene, but they say it's too late.
That's impossible. My suspect has been in the interrogation room with me all evening.
We can't hold him. Suzanne Moreau. Her fingerprints are on the wine bottle found in the cabin. We also found an unknown person's fingerprints, but they don't match your suspects.
Sir, with all due respect, I'm convinced Michael Clark is involved.
Detective, I'm cutting you some slack already. But we cannot hold your suspect simply because you're convinced he's guilty. We have evidence that Suzanne was working with an accomplice, Noah Garrity. I order you to release the reporter and arrest this Moreau.
Let me just check my last lead. The DNA analysis of the hair found in the bunker safe. The results just came in.
I know how hard this is. Okay. Get the DNA results. Detective Locke, I will give you 1 hour maximum. Then you close the file and arrest Suzanne Moreau.
Thank you, sir.
No i kto jest podejrzanym? Ten typek czy tamta Susan Moreau?
An extra computer so I don't have to go all the way out to my desk.
No, chciałbym przeanalizować wyniki DNA.
This is all a game to him, and he doesn't expect to lose. Case files. A lot of them for our tiny town. The only comfortable chair in the whole station. But there's no time to rest. I'll add these to the file. Anything that will erase Clark's smile.
Myślałem, że będę mógł zajrzeć na komputer. Zapytaj Clarka o jego wspólnika. Clark musiał mieć wspólnika. Nawet jeżeli się go zapytamy, to i tak mi tego nie powie.
Who did you call earlier?
An editor from the Boston Six News.
An editor you repeatedly said should fire you. That was your accomplice, wasn't it? You were telling him to start the fire.
An accomplice?
Wybierz imię wspólnika. Noah. Jonas.
I know it was Noah you called.
I'm saying nothing more without the presence of my lawyer.
Stay right where you are. I'm not done with you yet.
Wow. Do I hear grounds for a lawsuit?
Some poor innocent woman is being accused instead of you. You set her up, didn't you?
You have to let me go, Detective.
All I need is one more phone call to the lab. I know it's you, and I'm going to prove it. Hello, this is Joanna Locke. I need the results of the DNA test I asked you for.
Hi, Detective. Sorry, we only have the DNA sequence. We haven't had time to compare it with the suspects yet. It'll take 7 more hours. I'm sorry, but you are not the only one on the waiting list.
Send your analysis to my computer in the office. I'll do the comparison myself.
I need authorization.
I have a murderer who is going to walk free unless I get those results now.
Fine, we'll send it to you right away, but I'll have to log this.
It's my last chance.
Czyli będziemy mieć łamigłówkę z porównywaniem DNA. Świetnie. Właśnie tego mi potrzeba. O kurde. Może niekoniecznie? Suzanne Maru. Michael Clark. Nieznane DNA znalezione w domku. Dobra, nie bardzo wiem, jak się z tego korzysta. Aha. No dobra, już wiem. Michael Clark. Czy my widzimy gdzieś TTC i obok tego ATA? Dobra, widzimy. To jest tu, ale nie pokrywa się z resztą. TTC. To by mogło być, ale też nie wszystko się pokrywa. TTC ATA. Może to się będzie bardziej pokrywało. TTC, CCA, CCA. Zgadza się.
No. No! Suzanne? I don't understand. I was sure it would be Clark's hair. I'll have to let him go.
No taka z nas pani detektyw. Troszeczkę kurczę się ośmieszyliśmy, szczerze powiedziawszy.
You can leave.
Sorry it didn't work out for you, detective. Maybe you should consider a career change.
We are not done.
Oh, but we are, my dear. We are done.
I had no choice but to return to the Armstrong house to arrest Suzanne Moreau.
Jestem ciekaw, co Susan będzie miała na swoją obronę.
The arrest warrant for Suzanne Moreau. Suzanne was set up by Clark and Noah. They are the kidnappers, but I'm not giving up. When Suzanne comes up for trial, I will fight for her defense. But for now, the district attorney is in charge. If I want to stay a detective, he always has the last word. The door is wide open. How strange.
Hey, is anyone there? Miss Moreau? Miss Moreau? This is Detective Locke.
Co jeżeli Susan nie żyje? Ktoś tutaj się wkradł i ją zamordował? Mam nadzieję, że takiego widoku nie będziemy musieli oglądać. Ta rodzina już się dosyć nacierpiała w swoim życiu.
Miss Moreau, can you hear me? It's me, Detective Locke. You must get up now. Miss Moreau? Miss Moreau, can you hear me?
Suzanne Moreau is dead. There are no traces of blows or injuries on her body. She doesn't seem to have defended herself from anyone.
Czyżby sama popełniła samobójstwo? Mamy jakieś środki tutaj.
It appears Suzanne killed herself by ingesting all these drugs.
O cholera. No powiem tak. Jedyną osobą, która przeżyła całe to zajście, jest pan Armstrong. Ale biorąc pod uwagę fakt, że zginęło jego dziecko, zginęło drugie dziecko i zginęła żona i teraz jeszcze zginęła opiekunka, to gościu naprawdę dostanie na łeb.
Her glasses are missing.
Zbadaj przyczyny śmierci.
Suzanne's diary is missing.
Okej.
Suzanne was telling the truth about her mother.
Szanowna pani, proszę wybaczyć, że kontaktuję się z panią listownie. Dr Adams od paru dni bezskutecznie próbuje się z panią skontaktować. Chcieliśmy poinformować panią, że pani matka odeszła we śnie 29 marca. Proszę o kontakt. Jeśli potrzebuje pani pomocy z organizacją uroczystości pogrzebowych albo w jakiejkolwiek innej sprawie, z poważaniem, Adele Franklin, zastępca administratora. Kurde, wszyscy umierają w tej grze. Zabiłam Daisy. Bałam się, że o wszystkim powie, jeśli wypuszczę ją z domu żywą. Nie mogę sobie poradzić z tym, co zrobiłam.
She must have realized at last how she'd been used. The death of her mother would have been an additional shock, and the self-righteous court of social media was as quick as usual to try and convict her.
To niania, to ona odpowiada za śmierć dziecka. Jak niania mogła zrobić coś takiego? Mam nadzieję, że ją posądzą i zgnie w pierdlu. Maru powinna zdechnąć. Przypomina mi się teraz troszeczkę afera z Pandora Gates. I ci wszyscy youtuberzy typu Dubiel, Palasite, którzy płakali w internecie, jak to ludzie... nieważne.
I called the district attorney to inform him.
This is Detective Locke, sir. I'm at the Armstrong house.
Have you arrested Suzanne Moreau?
She's dead, sir. Apparent suicide, but I need a forensics team.
She killed herself out of remorse for her part in the crime.
We don't know that yet. I'm calling forensics now, but I wanted you to know.
What a mess. Stay on site until forensics arrive.
Yes, sir. Standing by.
The investigation was officially closed. I was certain that she was innocent, and Clark had been responsible for 4 deaths and then vanished into thin air. With $1 million. Dollars marked, though, and not easily spent. I didn't care if the case was officially closed.
I swore, Mr. Poirot, whatever it took, I would hunt him down. I waited for the forensics team, then went into the station to write my report. I was officially off the case.
Thank you, mademoiselle. That obviously cannot be the completion of your story. If I might ask a question?
Of course.
Kim był Ratchet? Ratchet to Noah, chłopak pani Moreau. Ratchet to Michael Clark, dziennikarz. W sumie ten dziennikarz był podejrzanym typkiem, nie? Ale czy pan Ratchet i Michael Clark wyglądali podobnie? Z jednej strony tak.
Michael Clark, the reporter. He was Ratchet?
Absolutely. I was the only law enforcement official to question Clark. I knew this wasn't his first kidnapping.
You looked for similar cases. What do you Americans call the MMOs?
Means, motive, and opportunity. Yes, I looked for someone in plain sight. Someone on the edge of a kidnapping case. Someone in plain view, keeping track of the investigations. An innocent witness, a concerned neighbor, even another reporter.
And eventually you found a name behind an alias.
Yes, I found a name. Cassetti, the real name. The real name of the man you call Ratchet is Cassetti.
This explains much, mademoiselle, but not all.
It explains why she is our number one suspect.
But not how she came to be on this train. Attends, she has grown pale.
I don't know what's wrong with me. Excuse me, Mr. Poirot. I don't feel very well.
You are exhausted and still feeling the effects of the drug. Stay with us, mademoiselle. One more effort. I need to know your recent movements.
I snuck aboard the train.
This I observed. You came directly to this room?
Yes, and other than a couple of careful trips to the ladies yesterday, I never left this room. I didn't want to be spotted by Ratchet. Yesterday, I chatted with my roommate, Miss Schmidt, I think, here in our room. She brought me some dinner. I got very sleepy and nodded off.
And now she nods off again. Is this a joke? She must be faking so we can't interrogate her further, Poirot.
No, Book. She really seems to have fallen asleep again. It is my fault. She must have been given a dangerous dose of sleeping pills last night. The effects should wear off soon, I hope, but I am afraid asking her to tell us her story was too much for her.
Pinch her, Poirot. She's faking.
Her eyes are dilated. She is not faking, and there will be no pinching. Dr. Constantine, please stay with her. Monsieur Book, ask the other passengers to gather in the dining car. There are still many questions I need to ask.
But all of them together? Won't someone overhear you questioning the others?
I will speak softly because I am trained to do so. They will speak softly because they want to.
Very well. I will do as you say.
Odkryto nową tajemnicę. Podróż Orient Expressem. Muszę iść do wagonu restauracyjnego porozmawiać z pasażerami, których jeszcze nie przesłuchałem. Pozostały mi chyba 2 albo 3 osoby do przesłuchania, tak mi się wydaje.
I hope your investigation is going well, Mr. Poirot.
Proszę się nie martwić. Wszystko jest w jak najlepszym porządku. Klasa pierwsza. Szczerze powiedziawszy, też bym się chętnie położył i odpoczął. No nie, no te przedziały wyglądają naprawdę pięknie. Chciałbym serio kiedyś w takim pociągu podróżować, ale z tym wielkim łożem, które gdzieś tutaj widzieliśmy.
I hope we will be leaving soon.
Ale zobaczcie, jaką ma babę tutaj. Jak to się nazywało? Matrioszka? Chyba tak.
I should go and interview the passengers in the restaurant car.
O, z tej perspektywy jeszcze przez okno nie patrzyliśmy. Czy coś jesteśmy w stanie tutaj dostrzec? Niekoniecznie, przynajmniej na tą chwilę. Ale może to będzie istotne później.
The passengers who agreed to come and talk to you are assembled, Poirot. Mr. Masterman is already here to answer your questions.
Perfect, thank you, my friend. Sit down, Monsieur Masterman, please.
Thank you.
Does the name Cassetti mean anything to you?
No, should it?
Have you heard of the Armstrong kidnapping case?
Of course. It was all over the news a few years ago.
Your employer's real name is Cassetti. He was the man behind that kidnapping.
Mr. Ratchet was... He murdered that poor little girl?
Mr. McQueen, the man you worked for is a kidnapper named Cassetti.
What? What kidnapping?
He murdered his victim, a child named Daisy Armstrong.
The Armstrong kidnapping?
You had no idea of Monsieur Ratchet's real name?
Damn skunk!
Why are you so upset?
My father was the district attorney who handled the case, Mr. Poirot. I saw Mrs. Armstrong more than once. She was a lovely woman, so gentle and heartbroken. If ever a man deserved what he got, Ratchet, or Cassetti, is the man. He didn't deserve to live.
Madame Olson, have you heard of the Daisy Armstrong case?
No, I've never heard of it.
It was only 2 years ago. It was famous.
Maybe so, but it was not famous in Spain. where I have been helping the refugees from Africa.
You've never heard the name Daisy Armstrong?
No, never.
Daisy Armstrong? No.
No.
No!
No.
Yes. It was all over the English tabloids before I went to Jordan. A horrific crime that claimed the lives of an entire family and their wrongfully accused nanny. That's right, isn't it?
Quite so.
I thought the culprit had been punished.
Some might say that the culprit was punished last night.
Oh, my heavens.
May I ask you a few more questions?
Yes, yes, of course.
Mieszka pani w Stanach Zjednoczonych?
You read about the crime, as you said, in the tabloids.
Yes, that's right. For weeks, news of the royal family was eclipsed.
Have you ever been to the United States, mademoiselle?
No, never. Jordan was really my first trip abroad.
Jordania.
You were in Jordan?
Yes, I was an English tutor there to the children of a high official. Until recently.
Powiązanie z kapitanem Arbuthnottem.
What is your relationship to Captain Arbuthnot?
Who?
A former soldier traveling with us. You must have met him.
Ah, yes, I met him on the platform in Istanbul. We only had a brief exchange of pleasantries, nothing more. British Reserve and all that.
Ah, the British Reserve. Yes, with this I am familiar.
Konfrontacja. Które z tych zdań zawiera kłamstwo? Poznaliśmy się na peronie w Stambule. Zamieniliśmy ze sobą kilka słów. Na ogół nie rozmawiam z nieznajomymi. Uczyłam angielskiego w Jordanii. Na ogół nie rozmawia z nieznajomymi. Zamieniliśmy ze sobą kilka słów. A może zamienili ze sobą trochę więcej słów, na przykład w nocy?
Oh, the truth cannot hide from Poirot forever. That does not prove she's lying. Are you sure everything you have told me is accurate, Mademoiselle Debenham?
Of course.
Wybierz element dowodzący jej kłamstwa. Spojrzenia w restauracji, kolczyk w hotelu. Jedzie do Paryża podobno jak kapitan.
Mademoiselle, I know that you met Captain Arbuthnot at the Tocatlion Hotel.
You were spying on me.
I am very attentive to my surroundings. It helps in my profession.
Well, it's your word against mine.
I had occasion to be of some assistance in recovering Captain Arbuthnot's train ticket. While searching his room, I also discovered one of your earrings. Whatever your relationship may be to the good captain, I doubt it has anything to do with British Reserve. You will not tell me your secret, mademoiselle?
I can't. I don't know what you mean.
Poirot, Miss Debenham's got nothing to do with this business. Nothing. Do you hear?
O. Zrobić krok do tyłu, schylić się. W jaki sposób Herkules... O kurde, ty zna czas.
Archie, stop.
Captain, no! This behavior is unworthy of an officer and a gentleman.
Leave her alone! Have you no honor?
Archie, we should go.
Captain Arbuthnot, I am certain you are a brave soldier, but you are a poor actor. The truth is that...
Dlaczego kapitan Arbuthnot stracił nad sobą kontrolę? Związek z morderstwem. Kochanek pani Debenham.
Your relationship with Miss Debenham is beyond doubt, Captain. Your reaction was apparently that of a man trying to protect the woman he loves. I might understand that if your relationship was some cleverly disguised secret, but it is not. You make puppy dog eyes at one another at every opportunity. You cannot hide your love. Everybody knows.
I advise you to stop with your accusations, Mr. Poirot. I'm going to escort Miss Debenham back to her compartment. Make of that what you will.
The captain and Mademoiselle Debenham are obviously adamant about not revealing their relationship, but this scene convinced me there is more that is not so obvious.
This murder has everyone on edge. In my 25-year career, I have never seen such madness aboard the Orient Express.
I understand, my friend. The more we learn, the more perplexing this train ride becomes. But we have other clues to pursue.
What do you have in mind?
The broken watch on Monsieur Ratchet's wrist, for example, and the handkerchief found near the body. Who does that belong to?
This little drama we have just witnessed has not put you off the scent.
Far from it, my friend. Will you return to your watch over Mademoiselle Locke?
Yes, I will. Dr. Constantine can probably use a break.
Good.
Au revoir, Poirot.
Zegarek zepsuł się o 1:15. Odkryto nową tajemnicę. Nowy węzeł. Hipotezy dotyczące zegarka. Zobaczmy, jak to wygląda. Która z liter została wyhaftowana na chusteczce?
I'm right again. That happens to me a lot.
Właściciel chusteczki. Do kogo należała ta chusteczka według zgromadzonych informacji? Archibald Arbuthnot, dr Konstantin, Mary Dabenham, Natalia Dragomirow, Joan Forer, Cyrus Hardman, Hildegarde Schmidt, Greta Olson, Pani Andreni, Hotaru Mori, Hector McQueen, Caroline Hubbard. No pewnie ktoś z literką H, nie? Greta Olson, Hildegarde Schmidt. Myślę, że należała do kobiety, ale teraz której? Hildegarde Schmidt czy Caroline Hubbard? Dobra, obstawiam ją. Najwyżej będzie źle. O, ale... Dlaczego? Ja nie mogę nic zatwierdzić. 7 ludzi do zidentyfikowania. O kurde. Dobra, to będzie dłuższa rozkmina. Słuchajcie, moi drodzy, zostawimy sobie to na kolejny odcinek, który już, tak dobrze się domyślacie, będzie w poniedziałek. Mam nadzieję, że ten odcinek wam się podobał. Życzę wam miłego weekendu, przede wszystkim spokojnego, odpocznijcie, nabierzcie sił na kolejny tydzień i słyszymy się już w poniedziałek. Dzięki wielkie za uwagę, trzymajcie się, hej!